Zane, this is like the 12th time you've done photo day. So how are you feeling this go around?
It's another year. When this comes around, it means the season's closer, so it's a good feeling.
Yeah, essentially 3 weeks away from taking on the Utes to open up your final season at BYU. As you approach fall camp, knowing that this is the last go around, how are the emotions right now?
It's great. Every day is a tough day, especially when it gets towards the end of the week. You're practicing every day. But I think as a senior and stuff, you just got to savor every second of it. I was fortunate to have another senior year, so I kind of know what it's like to feel like it's the last feeling. And, I'm just enjoying every second of fall camp and enjoying it with the boys.
What's been the biggest advantage, if you will, of having to go through the tough situation last year of sitting out, but then being able to come back this year?
I just think my experience. Last year I switched over from safety to linebacker. That was my first year, and so I got kind of 4 games of experience, and those are crucial. Even though that was only the beginning of the season, we played some really good teams, and having that experience for this year is huge. And so I think my football IQ has definitely gone up over this past year. My leadership has gone a lot better, and so I'm just kind of taking in that senior year.
How will that leadership manifest itself on the field in the heat of the battle?
Oh, it's huge. Our coaches talk about it all the time. The best teams aren't coached; you're coached by the leaders of the team, and so that's something we're really trying to do as leaders and seniors on the team, is just kind of take ownership of everyone and just be a good role model and lead by example. And so I think it's huge in every game.
Your linebackers coach, Ed Lamb, has said that you and Isaiah have earned the right to be leaders. You're looking for another piece in the middle of your scheme defense. Who's going to be the guy to step up in the middle and join you on that front line of linebackers?
I think we've got a lot of guys in the role right now. I think that's the question right now. Everyone's kind of asking me and asking other guys. But I think we've got 3 solid guys that can do the job, and coaches will pick whoever's, and I trust all 3 of them. And so just kind of at the end of the day, we'll see guys are getting better and fixing mistakes and stuff, and so we'll see what happens.
I spoke with Chaz Unga, and he right now is behind you on the depth chart, but he's kind of making that same move of being recruited as a safety, playing at safety, and now coming to linebacker. What has it been like to work with him and knowing that you guys are going through the same thing, and how have you been able to help him progress?
I think just that experience with both of us playing safety, I think that helps us in coverage. We kind of we're familiar with the same sort of things, and we're not as familiar with taking on blocks and some different things. So I just try to shed some light that what I know, what I learned so far, and so he just got back from his mission, and so even he helps me out a little bit too. He's pushing me, and so it's good having him right there with me.
What's been the most surprising thing you've seen in the first week of fall camp?
Man, the most surprising thing? I think our offense has been really surprising. I think it's really going to be an electric offense that I've seen so far. This is one of the best offenses I've faced going against since I've been here. I'm just excited for them, and that helps us have confidence knowing that they're going to put up some points, give us a little time off the field. So I'm excited. That's been really surprising, and really excited.
So it all comes down to you getting more rest.
A little bit. I mean, I've been through years where we got a minute on the bench and we're back out, and so that's rough. And so really trusting these guys, and it's going to be fun.
What are they doing specifically against your defense that makes you say, whoa, they could potentially score a lot of points?
They're really kind of testing us down the field vertically, which is something that hasn't really been in the past. They've been pretty, you can kind of tell what's going on, what they're going to do before the play, and now they're throwing down a lot down the field, which opens up the runs because we're playing deep, and so it's just kind of a hit and miss, and so it's been really interesting, and it's been keeping us on our toes.
What's the strength of the BYU defense right now?
I think all 4, from the front line to the LBs to the DBs, all of our guys, I look behind us and look in front of us, and I think we've got a solid group, and so I can't wait to play with these guys. We're really bonding together. We know where each other are at on the field, and we really trust each other, and so this will be fun.
We've discussed a lot of the player run practices with your coaches, and they've said, look, it got rid of a lot of the chippiness, a lot of the talking, fighting when camp gets going. In your opinion, how have the player run practices changed things from transitioning from summer to actual practice?
I don't know. I think it still gets a little chippy right now, especially where we all got to remember that we're on the same team. Sometimes it separates from offense and defense, and so we're all really competitive. We all want to win and win our rep, and so sometimes it gets a little feisty down there. But we just got to cool it off and realize that those are our teammates, and you don't want to hurt your own teammates, so just got to take it easy.
Zayne, you're a super nice guy, but I imagine that you two get a little feisty. So what is the feisty Zayne Anderson like on the football field?
Some people really make me mad. I hate being held by guys. I don't like being beat, and so I'm a really competitive guy, and so once it kind of step on the football field, I kind of flip a switch.
Jeremy and I had a conversation on the show yesterday about who's the fastest guy on the team. Where do you rank, in your mind, among the fastest players on the team right now?
I think we got some fast guys, really explosive guys. But I mean, I'm gonna have to put myself up at number one. That's just me. So, but I mean, you got Diane up there, Micah Simon, Gunnar Romney, Dax Milne, Leva.
Luke Andrada.
Yeah, he's new too.
Okay.
So I don't know, count on those guys, but I think we got some really fast guys.
Okay, and we'll finish with this. Biggest question mark for this BYU football team as you approach game number 1?
Question mark? Just kind of figure out the right guys and who's going to be playing next to you. And other than that, I think everything kind of works out itself. Mistakes are being made right now, which is honestly a good thing. Rather get those out before the first game. And so really kind of critiquing those, and we'll be ready for game 1.
Listen, he's the fastest guy. Don't hold him in practice, and everything will be okay. Thanks, Zayne.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Spencer.